Sorry.
All right, mics are up.
Coach, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Great. All right, everyone, we have Vanderbilt head coach Clark Lee with us now. As always, use the raise hand function to ask a question. Joe, saw you first. If you're ready, want to go ahead? Robbie, why don't you go ahead?
Clark, it felt like there were, a couple times where you guys had at least some momentum, but you were never really able to get it back to, something like a two-possession game, whatever. Like, what do you think was the difference in terms of never being able to quite get back within strike distance?
It felt to me like we were never really in sync, and so our defense started fast. Obviously, the pick six on the first drive was that's never going to be a formula, especially against a good offense. Tennessee's capable of scoring on their own. We don't need to facilitate that. But I thought the defense actually started fast, and I was proud of the way they were competing early. I think when you look at the first half, the drives where Tennessee was able to convert on fourth downs, they finished with touchdowns. But when we took advantage of opportunities to generate stops, we I thought performed well. And so never really got in sync because you flip to the second half and, you see the defense, was on their heels. We let the tempo get to us. I think there was a two-play scoring drive and then another quick strike. But offensively, we were able to stick to the formula where we were extended drives and converting on third and fourth down and finishing our drives with touchdowns. And so just felt like a night where we weren't able to get synced up. And when you can't play complementary in this league, our margin for error is so small. And we knew we were going to have good ball security on offense. We failed to do that in the first half. We knew we were going to have to neutralize number one in the return game. We failed to do that in the first half. We knew we needed to control the game and set the pace of the game on offense to limit the exposure on defense. We failed to do that in the first half, and we dug ourselves a hole. And when we turned it on offensively, we weren't quite good enough on the other side to close the gap.
Yep. Clark, kind of a big picture question here now that, the regular season is over, but what would you say you learned about this program and about being the head coach of this program this year?
Well, I've never been more energized for where we're headed. I mean, I think in year one, I'm so disappointed with the season. I'm disappointed that we fell short in this game. I'm frustrated, Joe, with what I felt like was going to be our best performance tonight. Just not feeling like that we had we didn't have the ability to make this a tight game late and put pressure on Tennessee. But I look at the guys in the room. I look at the nucleus of the team returning. I think about how much I know about what's needed and where we need to strengthen. I'm so excited about where we're headed, and we have the opportunity for exponential growth this offseason. I told the team in the locker room after the game the clock has already started on year two and team two. And so to take the learning from this year, I think part of it is, to be angry about where we are, angry enough to each make the decision to change, to move the program forward. Let rage fill us, as we watch other teams enjoy bowl games, as we return back to campus and start our work in January. Let's be fueled forward to make the choices we need to make, each one among us, to ensure that we don't sit in the same position a year from now. And we have a long way to go, but we have special people that'll close that gap rapidly so long as we make the right choices. So what I learned, as frustrated as I've been this year and as painful as the results have been, I think that pain is a part of progress, and I feel like I just feel excited and energized to take all this frustration I have and start applying it towards our process in year 2.
All right.
Kind of along similar lines, how would you, evaluate your coaching performance both in this game and kind of, as a whole throughout the season?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I obviously not good enough. I think I would say that you look at finishing a year 2-10, and I mean, some of the margins in league not we got a lot of work to do, Arya. I mean, I don't feel like it's for lack of effort, and certainly not for lack of spirit and energy. But just as I asked the team to change and grow, I too need to change and grow. And there are certain things that we're doing that the process is righteous. I mean, like we're doing the right things the right way. I think what we need to find are those areas we can focus on and apply more energy to that will allow us to close this gap. And part of that's getting bigger, faster, stronger, developing into the gap that exists. Some of that's recruiting. And then certainly some of that is program design and making sure that I'm doing everything in my position I can do to facilitate success within this program. And so, I know that I need to improve, and that's my commitment that I'll improve so that the team will improve too.
Clark, well, what do you think of the seasons that Ken Seals and Mike Wright had?
Well, I mean, I think both at times, showed great promise and an ability to function at a high level at the quarterback position, and then at times, we were short of that, and so I think a fight for consistency is going to be important. I think those two guys fighting for a deeper understanding of the offense, and that'll happen, right? Year 1 to year 2, you're gonna see strides in terms of just a handle over the nuances of the offense and where the checks are, where the adjustments are, and that's going to allow them to find that consistency. I'm proud of both those guys. I'm proud of Ken. He was dropped into a tough situation tonight and came up with a completion in an important situation for us. I think that shows his level of toughness. Both those guys have worked tremendously hard to best position our offense, and so again, there are times that we're going to look back on the season and point to great success for each of them. Obviously, there are going to be moments where we say, hey, these are the things we need to do better, and certainly part of that's just finding consistency. I think much like the program, there's going to be a lot of areas to shore up and tighten up so that we can be better moving forward. But I'm proud of both of them, and I couldn't imagine having two better guys, lead the offense. Those guys have been incredible this season, and so I'm grateful for them.
All right, Coach, I believe that's all. Thanks so much.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate your coverage and interest all year, and look forward to doing this again next year, and look forward to many great results ahead. Thank you.